All right, well, Tehran is warning the country of Jordan against coming to Israel's aid. This is after the Jordanian Air Force downed dozens of Iranian drones that entered its airspace. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is urging restraint and calling for de-escalation to prevent the conflict from spreading in the Middle East. The White House now says President Biden told Prime Minister Netanyahu that the U.S. would not participate in a counteroffensive against Iran if Israel launches one. Let's bring in national security analyst Dr. Rebecca Grant, president of IRIS Independent Research. Dr. Grant, first of all, no one wants a widespread war. Could that be the reason Saudi Arabia and Jordan joined Israel's defense of Iran's attack? And what do you make of Tehran's warning to Jordan?
Yes, Saudi Arabia calling for restraint. I interpret that as meaning that in actuality, the Saudis are shocked at what Iran has launched against Israel. This is it just isolates Iran even more. It was a very stupid move by Iran. And so when you see the Saudis talking about restraint, they want this to simmer down. As for Jordan, I am so impressed at what Jordan's Air Force has done, at what King Abdullah has done. Remember, the king actually visited Washington back in February. They've been very involved with airdrops. The king himself flew on a plane to do an airdrop of humanitarian relief supplies a few months ago. And last night, Jordan stepped up and helped defend their sovereign airspace and also was part of that team defending Israel. Incredibly impressed with Jordan today.
Now, of course, you know Israel wants the UN Security Council to condemn Iran's attack and designate the IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, as a terrorist organization. First of all, is this a reasonable request? And what would the designation do? And how do you expect the council to vote?
I think Israel's request is very reasonable, but Arthel, I've just about given up on the UN. This is really their last chance to be relevant. The fact is that Russia and China block and mess everything up there in the Security Council. So the G7 meeting that's just finished with our top allies like Britain and France and Japan, that's going to be much more important. And it's so sad to see, but the UN has basically sidelined itself because of China and Russia, and we just can't count on the UN for leadership here.
Well, meanwhile, you just mentioned President Biden. He had this call this morning with the G7. Mr. Biden reportedly urging a diplomatic response. So I ask you, Dr. Grant, what diplomatic options are there to stop Iran from launching another attack?
Yeah, and it doesn't feel very satisfying after what we watched happen. I mean, great credit to Israel and to our U.S. military forces who helped shoot down so many of those incoming rounds. But the diplomacy, you want to see them do more. But I think what President Biden is trying to do here is to keep the momentum so that down the road we can have a ceasefire in Gaza and Saudi will recognize Israel. The one good thing coming out of all of this is that Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and others, they may not want to talk about it publicly, but they're realizing that Iran must be isolated, that Iran is a tremendous threat to Israel and to the whole region, and they're finally willing to take steps to contain Iran and help us with that.
I've got 30 seconds hard, Dr. Grant, asking you this finally. How does the shaky relationship between President Biden and Prime Minister Netanyahu impact this volatile turn of events?
To me, Biden left a lane for Israel to defend its security. Israel's going to take a little time and think about their options. But the key word, Arthel, from the White House is ironclad, and that is ironclad support for Israel. I expect to see Capitol Hill follow that up this week and pass an aid package. We are behind Israel 100%.
The world is watching Congress for sure. Dr. Rebecca Grant, thank you so much.
Thank you.